Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad, and today we will be are going to focus on digital forensic essential, and our topic is about finding artifacts through Windows computer system. So basically, digital forensic essential is about finding evidences that can prove someone is guilty or not in cyber crime. So basically, we will start from the introduction to Windows artifact. Computer systems are more than just files and folders, and obviously there are cache file, history, internet history, what have you done previously. So for forensic investigator, it can be very useful that what was the suspect doing priorly before the crime and during the crime. So this is the introduction file created by Windows operating system to facilitate quick access to application files or devices, and certain special files created by operating system for a range of other purposes are often termed as Windows artifact. So we are going to talk about user file and folders. So basically, this is the structure that you can see here is the a screenshot of an NCase forensic software that we use for forensic purposes for Windows disk image. Basically, first of all, before finding any before getting into any evidences and finding artifacts, we have to create a disk image for a computer system. Then we open it through the software. It could be anything like for we used Ncase, so were using Ncase. We created a new file for the suspect, and then we were able to explore the file without damaging the original file. So uh, sorry about that. So this is the user file and folder, and so the most interesting result of this process is root folder structure in name user username. So basically, document setting are the folder in which we have got our user history, what he has done, and what internet related files, Windows disk images, and everything that is useful for finding artifacts and evidences. So we are going to talk about Windows Vista and beyond. So before we were using Windows 10 and 8.1, it was C document and setting, which is now C user after that. And under each folder, there are additional folders like we can see here: app data, application data, cookies, desktop document, pictures, link, local setting, music, and my documents, and things like that. So root folder is the folder is named in user's login name. For example, let's say Stark is the user folder for, like we can see it here is slide, and there's application data, cookies, and desktop favorite and local setting. Of course, like nearly anything else on a computer, this is a default setting that can be modified with someone with administrator privileges. So if someone has got privileges, he can make changes into the file system and cookies and internet history. One of the most important files stored in root folder is called ntuser.dat, which contains registry setting for that specific user. So registry setting are the registry editor. For example, if we go here, regedit, so we can open our registry editor. So this is my computer's registry editor setting, and if we go here, h key current user, so we are able to find our current system setting and software setting. For example, there is software setting for Adobe. We can create evidence, collect evidences from these registry setting as well. So desktop, the desktop folder contains items that populate user desktop. My desktop is not really good that I want to show. It's very crowded because I'm a graphic designer too. So as you can see, so this is my desktop. So obviously we have got desktop file in our desktop files on the desktop folder, and then we have got favorite in favorite. I've never used favorite folder in my entire life, but it can be crucial when it depends from user to user. For example, you can save favorite pictures, images, videos into favorite folders. So, and then we have got download. Obviously, as my download folder is really populated with a lot of files, videos, YouTube videos, lectures, and things like that. So download folder commonly contains files and have been downloading using application on PC. Therefore, a default location used by many prevalent internet browsers to save download file. For example, you are downloading any file through Chrome, it will be directly saved to download folder, which is located in C user document and setting and download folder. And then we have got links and libraries. This one is the interesting one. The link folder contains favorites for the Windows Explorer and recent version of Windows. These include desktop downloads and recent places by default. Libraries are meant for combining more than folder contents for displays and use and are stored in app data, roaming, Microsoft, and then Windows and libraries. Libraries are specific in an XML file format with URL tags, including the path to the source files and folders. The default libraries are known folders instead of path in their URL field. User can add folders that they frequently use list. So basically, they contain the URL tags. For example, like this is the URL tag of this file. So basically, Lincoln libraries contain the locations of the favorite files and folder and download folders. And we already know about document folder, so I won't be going through it. Basically, it's like my document in previous Windows version, and now it's called documents, and you have got your documents, files, and things like that saved into document. And music, videos, pictures are there. Why in music you can save music file, movies, you can save movies, pictures, save games, and contacts. You can save contacts like and then we have got searches, whatever we are searching using our computer. For example, if I go here and open Windows Explorer, so if I search anything ABC, so these search results are saved into searches folder, and these are very crucial when investigating any criminal's computer. That what did he do? What did he search for using his computer? So you can collect history of searches in metadata file. It is created in XML format, and the extension is search-ms files. So you can find evidences of searches in the searches folder. And then app data contains all the user specific setting and configuration information for different application, like I showed you for Adobe Registrator. So, and then we have got app data roaming folder. The roaming subdirectory contains many of users' profiles, flat file and application setting. When roaming profiles or similar functions are enabled, the content of the roaming folder will be copied roam to each PC when where the user log on. So basically, if you are logging into with a specific user, so software an application would run with that specific setting, and that setting and file configuration are located in roaming folder, which is subdirectory of app data. Then we have got a Windows recent folder. So whatever I'm currently viewing, like I'm opening an application like PDF files, I'm able to view it through my recent folder. They will appear in my recent folder, and it is very important to look at the recent folder when investigating any criminal's computer, because you can know what they were doing, what they did using their computer, what were the last file they opened when they operated their computer last time, and then we have got um, okay, let me get rid of this. And there is a folder named send to. Contained within the folder are the option that a user has when they right click on an object and choose send to. For example, you are sending a file to your USB. Let's say, let me show you. Let's say I click here, right click, and I'm clicking here on send to, sending it anywhere. So it is located, you can get this history, you can fetch this evidence and detail through send to folder, and it is located in previously in Windows XP and earlier version it was located in C document setting and username and send to. And then we have got Windows start menu. Start menu folders contain partially hierarchy of those items that will be displayed on the start menu for the particular user. For example, I am able to see these software and application in my start menu. We are able to find those application detail that was installed that appears in the start menu in the folder of Windows start menu. And then there is a folder called app data local, which is a subdirectory of app data. Within this location, an examiner, digital forensic inspector, will find the default location for the Internet Explorer temporary internet file, historical usage of Internet Windows Explorer. So basically, in this folder, you are able to find history, internet history, and the recent file that you opened using your using your computer. And this there is two sub folder in this one. The app data local Microsoft Windows history subfolder contains information regarding profile use of Internet Explorer as well as in Windows Explorer. So within the folder of history, you are able to find details regarding profile use of Internet Explorer and as well as use of Windows Explorer. Okay, and then there is another folder called temporary Internet file base. So you can understand what does it mean. So you can find cache files, and into Windows 8 and Windows 8 and 10, this folder is renamed as iNet cache, and previously it was called local setting if you are examining the Windows XP or earlier computer. And then there is a file folder, app data local and temporary. In app data local and temp folder, it is not one of the most exciting folder that can provide a lot of information when examining a suspect's computer, but obviously you have to go through everything and not miss any chances while you are, because it is something legal you are doing, so court wants everything, every evidences that you should uh, find out in Windows computer to prove someone is guilty and someone is not. So it is important in somehow. So in this folder, you can create and maintain log files, like what were the suspect doing using the computer, like what did they install, what were the software they installed, what were the upgrades they made, and configuration setting. And obviously these logs are based on text based. You can open it through like using Notepad easily. But if you are using any forensic professional software, they have got a lot of feature like that through which you can find evidences and all the details without opening it additionally using Notepad. And then we have got app data local packages. In Windows 8 and 10, Sandbox app write majority of their configuration and internal data of package specific folder within app data local packages. The data stored in the package directories, including setting, app data, and cache and temp data, determining forensic value of many of these artifacts remain on ongoing area of research. So basically, it contains cache and temporary data regarding the application data. And these are the directories for Windows Vista, and after that, what were the directories: username, application data, username, cookies, and you can see it right here. And then it is obviously talking about directory structure of the document setting, which was after renamed to user and then application data. Okay, so Windows Vista and beyond, and so I would skip this one. Where is data? Okay, hibernation file. So obviously when you go to shutdown, you have got different option. I cannot see hibernation right there, but there's an state of hibernation in which your computer saves the RAM random access memory file into a hard drive. So once you boot up next time, you will get the current state that you saved last time. So both files contain a lot of useful information along with a lot of junk. Results are often fragments of information, no, not whole document. So, so you can find these file using keyword search and file carving. Obviously, you cannot do it through computer, but if you are using forensic software, you can do it, and you can find the hibernation file. So hibernation files contain information from when was the computer last time switched on, and approximately the, as I talked, it is the approximately size of RAM installed and located here in the root directory called hibers by default, and so file is the page file .sys, and doesn't contain necessarily information from before the last time computer when it was shut down. Okay, so and let's move next. Okay, print a spool file. Obviously, if you have got a computer, you might have printed something in your life once at least. I can say that. So whenever you are printing something and you think that you have printed the file and you haven't left any evidences behind, no, it it doesn't work like that. When we are examining computer, yeah, a Windows system, you are able to find a spool file, and a spool file basically contain the images in SPL format, EMF file format, and you are able to fetch the details and able to fetch the original document that was previously printed using the computer, and you are beside all of it, you are able to find the details. Did he printed this file, and what was the time, and the printer's name, and everything related to printing. So when a user send a file to the printer, the local printer provider, local SPL write the file contents to a spool file SPL, and they create this separate graphics file for each page. So when you are printing any file, it will your DL file will write the file content to the separate uh, spool file, and it will be saved in your computer's root directory in EMF format for each page. And the local print provider also track the administrative information in shadow file SHD. Uh, like I talked about, when did the user printed the file, when did he what printer he was using, so it is located in shadow file SHD. And these are the directory of spool files. It is located in C, Windows, System32, spool, and printer. and and you forensic tools such as Ncase and FTK recognize SPL file and can display EMI graphics. So basically you need a you need forensic software that can open spool files if you are examining any suspect computer. So you just have to browse to this directory and you can open EMF file using Ncase, FTK, or any other forensic related software. And this is the structure, like how does it look like. So someone printed out this file and they are able to see it, and sometimes it is not accurate as you want, so you need additional skills except for computer skill. You need additional skill so you can preview the file, what did the user printed and what was the last thing he printed regarding the crime. So um, and recycle bin, obviously when you are deleting something, you think that you have deleted it from recycle bin, so it's gone. And most of you are must be aware of data recovery software, so you must know that it is not deleted like that until you destroy a hard drive. So yeah, what are the evidences we can collect using recycle bin folders? So many computer users believe that deleting a file from within Windows Explorer, example, if you are deleting any file from computer and after that you delete it from a recycle bin, after emptying recycle bin, you think it's gone. No, it's not. So for forensic investigator in most common operating systems such as Windows, the act of deleting a file in this fashion can still leave the data open to recovery. So if you are using any data recovery software, you are able to delete or recover any deleted file previously. So obviously they are located in some part of hard drive, so we are going to talk about it. Windows artifact regarding recycle bin. Okay, the recycle bin act as a kind of halfway house for user deleted file from which they may be able to undelete file by the user if required. For example, the user deleted some image and he also deleted from recycle bin after emptying it. They are able to recover if they need to. The recycle bin is a great of interest to forensic investigator. Obviously, if you are a forensic investigator, if you are a forensic inspector, examiner, whatever you feel like calling it, the most interesting thing that you're looking for it is recycle bin artifacts, because you must know if something was very crucial in crime investigation. So obviously the suspect, the criminal, must have deleted the file. So obviously you want to look through the recycle bin and find out evidences. So at this there is a special file called info2 on Windows XP or info on Windows 9, etc., 98, 95, which is used by operating system to record details of file moved into recycle bin. Amongst other details, the original location of files before they were deleted and the time and date of deletion deletion are recorded in this file. When the recycle bin is emptied, the file is deleted among with the other file in exactly same way as described above. It may still be possible to recover files content if they have not been overwritten. Okay, so but after Windows Vista, the info2 was removed and it was replaced by $R and $I files. The file beginning with $R is actually the original deleted file. So if you delete a file, it will be located in the as $R and the file name, and $I at the beginning of the names contain the path in Unicode of where the file was originally saved, resided, its size, the date and time when it was deleted. So we talked about link files. So link files are related to the shortcut we create. Like for example, there's an Internet Explorer shortcut, Mozilla Firefox. So basically, link file contains the a, URL and files original information in link files. So what are link files? Shortcut to the local or network program file, folder, computer, or web addresses, either uh, .inc or your URL extension. Standard shortcuts to local or network program files, usually executables, folder printers, or computer. A URL, uniform resource locator, shortcut links to entities that can be referenced by a valid URL, usually a web page. So you can create, if you create a shortcut, there will be an external file created as .inc that will be recording the information regarding the shortcuts you are creating. So link in 5 common locations are often of particular interest. C, username desktop. They contain the shortcuts of program and files, and then you see username links, and they contain the Windows Explorer favorite shortcut, and obviously also cloud storage services as well. And there is another one for recent and start menu and send to, like we talked before, if you are sending a file to USB master storage or anything. The examination of shortcut file can reveal the identities of recently opened data files. Content contains the file names and fully qualified path, contains the created access and last written date of the files to which they refer. A shortcut file may refer to the volume that wasn't present when the investigator examined the system. Also contains the volume label of the volume on which original file is or was stored. Shortcut file desktop, so they contain the uh, uh, mm, information regarding that you have created shortcuts on desktop, so they will be located on C username and desktop file. as dotting and shortcut files. That's so start menu. They are related to the shortcut file of start menu. They you can find information regarding it into the C username. I see username and start menu, and then there is recent documents, case study scenario. So basically, we have gone through the artifacts that we are able to find in Windows system. So basically, what is the process of digital forensic essential? First, we have to create an disk image for the system. We never handle original evidences when examining electronic devices. For example, if you want to examine uh, Windows computer, Android device, or Mac computer, Linux computer, you will never be handling the original device itself. You will first create an image using FTK image or any other disk image creator, and then you open the disk image using the forensic software so that you can find artifacts. And what's the reason behind it? Because you don't want to make changes into the original system, because if you access the file again, it will change all the details. You can misconfigure things, and which will make changes into the outcome of if someone is guilty or not. So basically, in 30 minutes webinar, we have talked a lot about the Windows artifact and what we can do through it, and what's the purpose of digital forensic essential to prove someone who was involved in cyber related crime or not. And it is very important to understand the process of digital forensic examination. And that's all I wanted to talk about, and hope to see you again, and bye.